This video is for Advanced Fire Administration for Professor Stephen Gillespie. I had a projector with a Maltese behind me, made my face red, and you could hear the projector. So we're just gonna do the best we can. We are at Hillsborough Community College right now. So I'm gonna start with my intro and that will start my time. So, hello, my name is Michael Lynch and I am a lieutenant with the Sarasota County Fire Department. And I'm here speaking to you all today about our new plan of going to criteria-based dispatch. Some people in the community are not on board with it. They feel it's going to put them at risk as potential patients, and we're here to put your mind at ease and explain it to you. When I first got hired in 2007, we ran 42,000 calls a year approximately. Now 13 years later, we're pushing on 70,000 calls. Our population is almost $400,000 with them building like crazy. So the old way of what we were doing, of every single call, lights and sirens, putting everybody at risk, it has to change. Plus our resources are stretched to the limit. We could build a bunch more firehouses and add more ambulances. We were talking millions and millions of dollars and increase in taxes and stuff like that. So that's really not the answer. Every time a vehicle runs lights and sirens, is always a good chance of being in a crash, injuring themselves, the public, expensive litigation. I personally was in a bad apparatus accident on Christmas Eve 2016. We got T-boned by a guy doing 50 or 60 miles an hour as we were going to a medical alarm. It turns out there wasn't even a problem. For every accident that we are in, we cause approximately 5 accidents that we are not involved in. People slam on the brakes when they see us come to the intersection and get rear-ended, and it's not good. My old medical director actually wrote in the protocols that we're going to work cardiac arrest on scene because we're 30 times more likely to cause a wake collision when we're running hot to the hospital. So we work them on scene until we get them back. I'm going to talk real quick about what our desired outcomes are, and if this will compromise our level of care. Sarasota County is all ALS. We provide EMS for the whole county, and we do have 10 engines out of our 22 engines that are ALS, and we're going to start better utilizing them also. We are switching to a company called Priority Dispatch, and we are actually going to be implementing this. We've already started the initial phases. So instead of responding lights and sirens to every single call, the software tells the dispatcher what questions to ask. They call it an interrogation. I don't like using that word. It seems intimidating. Think of somebody in a little room with a bright light, being interrogated. But there are 36 chief complaints, and they can be dispatched to one of 6 levels, alpha through omega to determinant level. Alpha being a routine BLS call that's not critical, and echo being a call where it requires immediate response. So the people that are concerned about this being less safe for them if they need an ambulance and they might have to wait 30 minutes, this is based on solid research from this company, Priority Dispatch. They've been doing it over 40 years. And they've come up with an algorithm to ask you the questions and make it an alpha determinant, Bravo level determinant, and so on. If it's determined to be a delta or an echo, things are going to remain just as they are now. You're going to get an engine lights and sirens, and ambulance lights and sirens. It'll be for something like a drowning, a choking, a cardiac arrest. So where this is actually a benefit to the community is that suppose we only have 2 ambulances left in the whole county, and an abdominal pain comes in that's an alpha level determinant, and we send one of those units, and then a cardiac arrest comes in, we don't have a unit available. So we would let that call sit in the queue for 20 or 30 minutes until somebody cleared the hospital. Because once we make patient contact, then we cannot leave that patient to go on a more critical call. It also will cut down on the response lights and sirens. And again, this is based on solid data, and that's constantly upgraded. If you go on to PriorityDispatch.net, they have 40 years in the business, and they have never had a legal lawsuit against them where they have lost. In fact, nothing's even made it out of discovery. It just so happens that one of my chiefs is the communications coordinator right now, so he's involved with this, and it turns out he's an instructor for Priority Dispatch, and he just happened by the station last night. And it's even more tested than I was aware. City of London, England is using this, and they run approximately 1 million calls a year, and they've been using it for 20 or 30 years, no problems. And since it's government-run healthcare, they can track that patient cradle to grave and make adjustments. So if there's any concerns that you're not going to get an ambulance in a timely manner, critical calls are going to be determined, echo determinant, and it's going to be the same as it is now. And you know, just for my 13 years on the ambulance, we know from experience, we run lights and sirens to get to a call 4 minutes, 5 minutes quicker, and then the people are packing their bag and putting the cat away, and then we move out to the truck and we start an IV and all this stuff. We're on scene for 20 minutes anyway. So this is going to be the new norm. Most of the country is starting to go to it, and it is really the only thing that makes sense for, you know, for just about any department. You know, I thought of an analogy, is that it's no different than the police. If someone's breaking into your house or attacking you, you want them to come lights and sirens. But it wouldn't be appropriate for them to run lights and sirens to come take a report because your mailbox was vandalized. So that's what we're going to. It's getting close to being in the works. We've already started using those radio terminology to get the crews used to it. And it's going to be the future. So if anybody has any questions, my time is up. You can email me at mlynch@scgov.net, or you can call and make an appointment with my staff. Thank you very much.